It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. I walk in the podcast where me, the Captain, talks about movies, TV, sports, flicks, anything you can see on the two-board screen. I like to get out here and give my unique perspective because after 47 years of being on planet Earth, I've developed a unique perspective about these movies, TV, sports, and flicks, and I like to unite about it. Because just maybe you care. And according to the stats, it looks like you do care. I want to give a big shout out to India. Got some plays over in India this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Todarba. In India, I heard that Tesla might be setting up shop in your land. I read they may be building a factory somewhere in your land. Very cool. A lot of jobs for your people over there building those fine Tesla cars. So cool to hear that. Tesla's expanded, going to India. India's a great place out here. It looks so awesome. I watch the news from over there all the time. So anyways, thanks for listening. Appreciate Scotty's gratitude. And just FYI, back in the day with school radio DJ, but never got a job. I think I never got a job because I just didn't have the right vibes. If I would have had the right vibes, then maybe the universe would have attracted to me the job of being a radio DJ. But I didn't. And it allowed me to become the greatest podcaster in the Matrix. Something to debate, might be true, might not be true. But I said it on the internet. So it's gotta be true, right? Cause everything on the internet is facts, not facts, true, false, propaganda, fake news, the Matrix, sticks, stones, dirt, roads, water. I don't know. I didn't make the internet. Ask the people that made the internet. So when you're lying, just beware, just watch out. Anyways, I could ramble here all day, but I won't. Let's get right into the podcast. But first, a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I rap. And not too long ago, I rapped again. I was featured on the Picard Tiberius song, Bespoke Strategies. Picard Tiberius produced the track, made the track, and I flowed over it only the way the captain can flow. So it's a very ambient, spacey, meditative beat with me rapping in my unique, empowering, motivational, sci-fi, spacey style. So if you want to hear me rapping over an ambient Picard Tiberius beat called Bespoke Strategies, I'll put the link below to the track called Bespoke Strategies. Check it out. Now, let's get on with the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back again. And when you're hearing this, it is Christmas Eve, 2023. Bro, I've been here for a lot of Christmases. I've been having Christmases since 1976. This is my 47th Christmas, bro. And over the time, things have changed. The people around me have changed. What I do has changed. My body's changed. I've had 47 Christmases. And they've really morphed and changed, evolved a whole different style of being during these holidays. Let me just say this. If you have loved ones surrounding you, you are blessed. Hold them tight. Hug them. Kiss them. Tell them you love them. Tell them you love being around them. Tell them you're happy to have them for the holidays. Because some of us just don't have some of the people that we really care about around us no more because they've moved on to the other side. I know quite a lot of people this year that lost some loved ones this year, some very important people to them, and they've moved on. I experienced that a couple years back, right? So we're having the holidays. It's not to be a downer. It's not a downer. I'm just saying this is reality. So if you have those loved ones with you, close to you, you can talk to them, you can hold them tight, appreciate them. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but there'll be some point in the future where you just will not have that luxury. So really appreciate them. I just want you to appreciate them, right? Because the holidays can be tough for some people that have lost a lot of loved ones, right? And so if you have them, just hold them tight. Appreciate them. Celebrate together, right? Because as you get older, as time passes, the holidays will morph and shift into different things. I'm at level 47 and mine's a certain way. So ladies and gentlemen, it's the holidays. Celebrate. Be grateful. So anyways, enough of the after school special. Now it is time to podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, this week I got to go back to the world of the great game. The Wilderness of Mirrors, Spy vs. Spy, Espionage Tales. Bro, if you've been to this podcast before, you know I love espionage tales, intelligence, spying. It's so cool. Maybe that's what I should have did for my career. Maybe I should have been a spy, bro. It's too late now, I'm too old. But maybe that's what I should have did. Anyways, this week, I got to see the show called Slow Horses. But before I get into that, a couple things. First of all, there will be spoilers. And second of all, I do own some shares in Apple. I just want to be clear and transparent to let you know. Now that I told you that, let's get into Slow Horses, Clean It Up. Ladies and gentlemen, the title of the show is Cleaning Up. And there was a lot of attempt at cleaning up this week. It's a very suitable, fitting title. Because this week was one of the most action-packed episodes of Slow Horses I've seen in the whole 3 seasons. It was very cinematic action movie vibes, bro. Like the traditional spy shows you see was a lot of action, gunplay. You know what I mean? This was going down to Slow Horses. They've had it before, but not to this level. A lot of action happening. And in the show, MI5 was trying to clean up the mess of some higher up or important person who made some bad decisions. And she wanted to clean it up because she's trying to hide something. This lady, I think her name is Tyranny, I think her name is. She's like the head of MI5. I can't remember her position. She's a very important person. And she messed some things up. And now she's trying to clean that up before it gets revealed. She's trying to hide her faux pas, her mistake. And that's what we see in the episode. Very good episode. This is really good. It was nice to see it switch to more of action type show, more action. It's cool. So anyways, yes, fantastic episode. The guy Donovan finds his files finally. He's looking for that file about his ex-lady or his girlfriend or somebody he cared about deeply. And he found the file. And that's exactly why MI5 wants to clean up and clear the board, as they say. They say clear the board. When you hit clear the board, you're not playing Monopoly. You're not playing Sorry. In the world of espionage, at least in this world, in the world of Slow Horses, cleaning the board or clearing the board, let's clear the board. Clear the board means something entirely different. If you're in that world and someone's clearing the board and you're on that board, you're in trouble, bro. Just be careful. If you ever hear the phrase clear the board and you in that world, be careful. And you're on the board, be very careful. Sometimes that's what's going down. Very good episode. But what I want to do now is do what I usually do and get into a couple key things I saw on the show and kind of expand upon them just a little bit. So in the show, a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, we got to see Roddy Ho. You know Roddy Ho? You know the computer guy, the hacker guy, Roddy Ho? Always talking mess, always running his mouth. Roddy Ho. You know Roddy Ho, the computer man? Yeah, you know Roddy Ho, right? Roddy Ho! In this episode, we got to see Roddy Ho's car, bro. And Roddy Ho's car fit his personality perfectly. All these neon lights, loud music. It looked like a tuner car, I think they call those, like a foreign car, like a tuner car, I think that's what they call that. Yeah, his car so fit him. The car fit him perfectly. This loud, bright, peacocking type car, like fancy custom car. Now, full transparency, when I was a young man, Roddy Ho's age, I had a car that looked like that. It had all the fancy window tints and rims and all this mess and bass in the trunk. You know what I'm talking about? In my part of the world, in the Midwest in Michigan, back in the 90s, bro, we driving around the car with rims on it and tinted windows and bass in the trunk, kind of like Roddy Ho. I was kind of like Roddy Ho, bro. Back in the day, with my fancy loud car, but loud, I mean loud. It was loud physically, but also visually loud as well. Driving around, thought I was cool like Roddy Ho. Like, oh, the ladies gonna like this. Now that's fine if you're a regular guy like Che Cortez. And just a regular guy with a regular job, running around trying to attract women, trying to get busy with ladies. But not if you're Roddy Ho. If you're Roddy Ho and you're in the spy game, I don't think it's a great idea, a great move to have a very loud, visually and sonically loud car. I don't think it's a good move. If you're in the spy game and you're a spy, having a car like that's not the greatest move. I'm just saying. Now, if you're Che Cortez, you're a regular guy working a regular job, in a large car, you're good. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You might get pulled over more, but other than that, it doesn't matter. Right? But if you're Rowdy Ho, and you're in the spy game, and you're at Slough House, and you're working for Jackson Lamb, bro, you might not want to have a car like that. I'm just saying. I'm no security, spy, espionage expert. I'm just a podcaster, bro. But I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of spy movies. And all the spy movies I watch, all the podcasts I listen to, all the books I've read, nonfiction and fiction, leads me to believe if you're in the spy game, you do not want to drive around in a car like Rowdy Ho. The only exception to that rule will be the fact that your cover is that kind of lifestyle. But if your cover is not that kind of lifestyle, a flamboyant, driving around the car, loud car, then you do not want a car like Rowdy Ho. And on top of that, Rowdy Ho has his name on it. He has a personalized plate. He has a loud car and a personalized plate. I'm just saying, spy game, probably not the best move. But also on the flip side, he does sit in the office all day. He's not out in the field, so I guess it's okay. Since he's not in the field, I guess it's all right. Just scratch everything I just said. Maybe because he's in the field, doesn't really matter. I still think if you're a spook, a spy, working for MI5, even if it's a Slough House where all the mess ups go, I just feel that maybe having a really loud car, visually loud, physically loud, is not the best move. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm no expert. Like I said, I'm no expert. I'm not an expert in the field. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's just my vibe. So do what you want with the information. Maybe you're out in the world. Maybe you want a loud car like Rowdy Ho. Maybe you don't. But if you don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself, you might not want a car like that. So I found that very interesting. And another thing I found interesting was that, you remember the last episode of Slow Horses where I said they were in that big building full of files, all types of files, and that quirky guy was kind of the guy running the file place? Remember that? You remember when I talked about that? Yeah, well, turns out, in this episode cleaning up, they're trying to clean up. While they were cleaning up and clearing the board, they crossed paths with this file guy. I'm just calling him File Guy. I can't remember his name. He's File Man. File Guy. He controls the files. He runs the files. He's the king of the files. This File Guy got picked up. So the MI5 guys breached the file compound. They got up in there. The other guys, the Slow Horses, took off. They bounced off. They got out of here. But they got File Guy. File Guy got. They picked him up. And they walk him out, right? They walk him out. They say he's unarmed. We can't clear the board. We can't get rid of him, bro. He's unarmed. We can't do that. It's against the rules. So they go ahead and walk him out. And he talks to one of the head MI5 guys. They interrogate him. And then File Guy, he's telling them stuff. And then the MI5 guy, the head MI5 guy, I can't remember his name. I forgot his name. He's been on the show forever. But the MI5 guy was just about to make a phone call to let File Guy go. About to let him go. Make the phone call. It's like, you're good, bro. But when he's about to do that, File Guy said just a bit too much. He said something, revealed something that caused the head MI5 guy to say, bro, change your plan. And then File Guy ends up finding himself deceased, right? All because he spoke a little too much, right? And so, thinking about that, in our real world, in our life, we should maybe be mindful of what comes outside of our mouth, right? I think it's good practice. Now, you probably won't find yourself deceased. Chances are you're not in a world where if you say the wrong thing, you'll be deceased. The stakes are not that high for us regular folks. But still, the words you say, what you reveal could be impactful. Maybe something will happen that just you put you at a disadvantage, or you lose something. Or maybe you gain something. I don't know. But the words we say, what we speak, what we reveal, can impact our life negatively or positively. So we should probably be aware of what we're saying, what we're talking. It can be very impactful, right? And not just speaking, but even, like I said this a million times, but even the clothing choices. What you do in your body. I've talked about this over and over again. But the words we say, what we reveal, says things about us. How we say them, what we wear, and those things can impact how people react or take action with us, about us, for us. I think to take the lesson from Slow Horses and the spy game in general is kind of know and be aware of the world you are currently playing in. The system, the world you're playing in. Know what should kind of be said in that world and not said, right? Know what should be worn and not worn, right? When you're in certain systems, certain places, certain arenas, certain social groups, right? Just be aware of what we wear, what we say. Depending on the group or the space or the system or where you're at, is kind of to determine, like, you know, what is the appropriate language in this space? What should I reveal? What should I not reveal? You know, maybe in some spaces you should reveal a lot less. In other spaces you reveal a lot more. In the show Slow Horses, File Guy was in a certain space, a certain place. I don't think he had the awareness of who he was talking to or where he was at. Because if he would have, he might have bit his tongue and not revealed all he revealed. And he revealed what he revealed, and he ended up deceased. Now, like I said, you will probably end up deceased by doing that, because most likely you're not in that kind of world. That still being said, what place are you in? What system you in? Where are you at? What are you saying? What are you wearing? These things can affect how we are perceived and how we are treated, and the kind of things we have available to us and not available to us. So I feel awareness of the places you're going, systems you're in, groups you're around. It'd be very important to be aware of this, because this can be very impactful. Now, you should be able to say whatever you want, and you can. And you should be able to wear whatever you want, and you can. You should be able to act, think, do wherever you want, whatever you want. And there's some school of thought that says you should be the same everywhere you go. No matter where you go, you should be the same, be you, whatever. Now, you could. That's one way to go. It's just there's certain spaces, places, certain systems that certain ways of being are just not going to let you get the most out of that space. And sometimes you have to throttle back, and sometimes you have to embellish to get the maximum return on being in certain spaces. And when I say return, I'm saying fulfillment, I'm saying joy, even maybe monetary return, or maybe relationship return, something. It's not being fake. Because I feel as we move through space and time, and as we go to different places, we wear different hats, play different roles, right? You're a son, you're a father, you're a cousin, you're a coworker, you're a contemporary, you're a friend. You know, we play all these different roles. You're an uncle, you're this, you're what your occupation is, you're a yoga teacher, whatever. You're just so many different things. We may shift slightly in how we act and how we talk and how we are. And there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. But some people, like I said, say be who you are everywhere. But I just feel to maximize the life we got, just be aware where we're at, and then kind of act appropriately. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. I don't know. But this is what Slow Horses kind of drew out of my mind this week. Seeing Slow Horses, seeing Flamboyant Roddy with his hot rod, and all the lights on it, and all the peacocking, and then seeing the guy in the file guy, you know, saying too much and getting popped. Right? I mean, I saw this, and this is what came up. And this is how these podcasts work. I watch the art, I watch the show, I look at it, I listen to it, I pay attention to it, and then after the show's over, I just kind of ponder it, and these are the ideas that flow. Maybe they're good ideas, maybe they're not. I don't know. But this is what I do here. This podcast is just all about thinking, expanding, pondering, exploring the infinite possibilities of existence through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. So that's what we do here. And so anyways, yes, Christmas Eve, ho, 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 ho. Thanks for joining me. This concludes the podcast. And until next time, we'll see. In health, there's freedom. Health is the first of all liberties. Henry Frederick Emile. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks Flicks.